Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Pisces. If Pisces is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so our card tonight is the Four of Discs, which is really one of my top, I would say, four favorite cards. The Four of Discs, top four, 4 and 4. But it is one of my favorite cards. Whenever I see it, I'm like, okay, yes, because I am such a homebody, and to me, this card is all about being in your sanctuary, being in your place of power and recharge, getting all of those elements aligned and, kind of in an incubation period a little bit, gathering all of your resources and also just enjoying being in your own little world, right? So I'm always like, yes, I like this card. All right, so let's take a look and see, what do these tea leaves have to say tonight? And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And if you would like to like the video or leave a comment as well, these are all things that really help the channel. The engagement, I guess, really is helpful. Or so they say. Who they are, I don't know. The internets. All right, so we have a rhino here. I haven't seen a rhino in a while, but actually, you know what? Is it? Yes, it is a rhino. Then I thought, oh, is this actually an elephant? But no, I think it's a rhino, and you can see right here, okay? Now, it does not look super happy, right? And we also have what it looks like a scorpion, not necessarily a Scorpio, although it could be, okay? So we have a scorpion, we have an angry rhinoceros, and, immediately I think of kind of a situation where maybe one of the kids are going through it, maybe with a romantic partner, maybe their domestic life is kind of in turmoil. I'm imagining this is maybe an adult child, right? And I feel like, that parental protective energy comes right out of you. Now, I don't think that you necessarily like to get involved in other people's, private lives, even though it's your kids, right? They have to live their own lives. And though it might be difficult, I think you're pretty good at refraining from getting too in the mix and giving too much of an opinion, because we know, especially if this is about a relationship, we all know, probably from experience, that if you get involved and you say or do something that goes against their partner, when they make up, and they probably will, then who's on the outs? Yeah, you are. You're the enemy. So, it's usually, I would say, pretty good practice to just stay out of it. Now, in this situation, I feel like this is kind of just something more serious, right? And I feel like maybe this is infidelity. And I feel like it's like they have somebody, their partner, their good friend, I don't know who it is. It could be that, you know, they're even married to the person. I don't know. It could be like friends with benefits type of deal or whatever. But there's something here where they're not being truthful. They misrepresent kind of their intentions. Now, it's one thing if you know, you're in love, you have a relationship, things wax and wane, and something happens and it's, you know, a mistake or whatever. It's not ideal. It's not ideal, but you can kind of understand, yeah, you know, people do stupid things, right? Are you going to forgive them? Maybe not as likely as your kid will. But this is like somebody who almost seems, you know, like this is like something that they do. It's part of their MO. They're sneaky, they're manipulating, they're, you know, probably pretty, I don't know, destructive, maybe emotionally abusive to some degree, right? And I feel like, I mean, it just, the rage, the rage here. And I think part of that's because you know that even though this is going on, it probably won't change anything. I feel like you know, it's like you raise your children, the kids in your life, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be your kid, but somebody you love and care about. You've invested your heart and soul in them, right? And you raise them hoping like that they will stand up for themselves, that they will make good choices, that they won't treat people like this. And that they will have kind of that self-worth and security that they won't put up with this kind of, you know, this kind of treatment. And so when you see it happening, it just, you know, it makes you livid. And so I can see, you know, why this rhino is mad. It's like, get away from my baby, you know, get out of here. But you can't get too involved, and you can't say, I told you so. And you can't, you know, you just can't do any of those things unless you are willing to be, alienated, because, you know, that energy, first of all, it's not helpful, you know, but it also, you know, it always turns on you. It always turns on you. And so, you know, I look at this and I feel like it's hard to temper your feelings, your emotions, your reactions, but you're trying very hard. Okay. I feel like you are, keeping it together like a champ, and it's for the best. Okay. And I feel like down the road, you know, hopefully when there's some clarity, when, you know, when finally they break free of this dynamic, then you will be there supporting, you know, and not pushed out of the situation or their life or, you know, whatever. So, you know, I'm sorry to start on that one, but it feels like something that, you know, you can't really ignore. Now we have a person on a horse. Now this way, it looks like the goat with the Capricorn, right? Capricorn, the goat with the sea tail thing, The sea goat. I have to read the mythology of Capricorn because I don't even know. And I am a Capricorn ascendant, so I should know. But, you know, I have no idea. What is that symbol? I don't know. What's the story behind it? I don't know. It's cool, but it's also, I have no idea what it means. So, have to look that up. But we do have a Capricorn energy. Maybe you have a major Capricorn placement. Maybe you have a Capricorn person in your life. But I do feel like we also have this fertility goddess figure. You can see the mammaries right there, the body, the head up here. Kind of, you know, one of these arcane, pre-modern statues that are so famous of the goddesses and what they imagine are fertility images. And I'm looking, we have a person standing here holding a bird, and it's very cute actually. You can see the tiny little bird right there. Here's the head of the person, their arms kind of coming over. They have a bird perched. And then we have another person standing here, and they're holding a bowl, almost looking into it. Maybe reading tea leaves. So I do feel like in your life, in your personal life, there is somebody, a Capricorn person who you are close with. This could be a spouse. It could be a good friend. But I do feel like there's a deep connection there. There is a feeling of, I could almost imagine like going out beneath the full moon and dancing together, you know. I feel like when you are together, when you are kind of wrapped in each other's essence and in your own little world together, there's nothing that can stop you from the magic that you are making. You absolutely live in, it's like your real waking life has nothing to do with this world. You are living in this like magical place together, and I think it's quite beautiful. It really, I feel like this is kind of a recognition of that divine mother energy, kind of, you know, like a recognition of your devotion. Okay, and how you honor this archetype within self, within your life, within your relationships, and it is a beautiful one. And I feel like this is where your creativity really kind of comes from. These are the dreams that you have. This is the bringer of your dreams. This is you know, that sweet song that kind of plays in your head at the most random moments, right? This is the feeling of being whole and safe and kind of walking proudly through your life. And this is, you know, the mother kind of watching over you. Now we have the person holding the bird. We also have the person looking into the cup. So I feel that there's this real sense of being kind of a revealer yourself. I feel that you are somebody who absolutely, I guess, what am I thinking? It's like almost like you initiate other people. Maybe you are part of a system of some kind. Maybe you are a religious practitioner or like a clergy, I guess. I don't know, like a practitioner of some kind, right? It could be a cult, it could be magic, it could be religious, spiritual, whatever it is. I feel that you really do have that kind of Hierophant energy, the the high priestess. I was going to say the high goddess. The high priestess. And I do. I feel that you are a holder of knowledge, and with the bird sitting on the hand, yeah, you bring messages to people. You are somewhat of a conduit. I don't really like that term. When I was younger, in my younger years, when I had some, real rebellious tendencies, and I really, you're young and you just have a lot of causes. You take things very personally. I was involved in different magical systems and scenes and groups of people and stuff. I was never initiated formally, so I wasn't exactly attached to anything. But I always took real, I was always very, very moved by the histories of great magical women, practitioners of all kind, artists, writers, occultists, and so on. Women who had their work stolen from them, and they were kind of, lowered to this place of being a muse, being a conduit. You can think of a lot of magical systems where, it's a husband and wife, or it's this is his Scarlet Woman, and it's like, she did all the artwork. She wrote the book, she was the one, communing with, these entities and things. And, but who's remembered for it? A lot of stolen work. And, so I don't like the word conduit. Not so much, but it does, it does have its application. Now, I do feel, though, this is not your situation. Hopefully it's, hopefully in the world we live in, this is not exactly how things go anymore, right? I know a lot of magical women now that just would not put up with that kind of mess, including myself. And that's why I'm very lucky to have such a wonderful husband. Let me just say, shout out to Dove and Serpent Tarot, my husband Paul, which is so funny because he is such a traditional practitioner. And I won't say what systems he works in, but you can tell, I'm sure, if you know. And then, him, this kind of Western Hermeticist, meets this, and I came up in like chaos magic and synchromysticism, and very messy, very messy kinds of systems. And it's funny for us to kind of merge together, but it works. It works. And so I look at this and I'm thinking, it feels like you have found a partner in your life that you hear, you see, you feel, and likewise, right? And I keep looking at this solar disc in the middle. And I just feel like this is part of that Four of Discs. It's like you are building your temples in connection to each other. There is a sense of sharing consecrated ground, right? And I just feel like it's an easy relationship for the most part. And I think this is why it makes it difficult to see other people in your life having such a hard time with their romantic partnerships, and you just wish for them. But then at the same time, it's like, yeah, it took me a while, maybe a good part of my life, to find the person that I will spend my days with, right? And And we have to remember everybody's on their own path, right? And we just want to tell them, show them the way. You know, listen to me. I know what's up. I don't want you to go through the pain that I've gone through. But, you know, like it was for us, it goes in one ear and out the other. They have to live their own lives, you know, and all you can really do is support them and pray for them and lead by example. Lead by example. All right, let's take a look. Let's go over here. I'm just looking at this person right here. There's a person standing here, just kind of looking down. And I'm just wondering, what are you doing? Almost on their knees now, I see. Yeah, on their knees, like this. And I feel like it's just, there is a sense of kind of surrendering to the thing. And look, oh, we have Saturn up here holding the scythe. And there's actually two of them. So it looks like we have 777, 777 right there. So it is lucky, but it is also Saturn or Kronos or death, right? That kind of image we have of death coming with the robe and the scythe and all of that. But I feel like there, just beneath everything, there is this kind of sorrowful energy. And I think in some ways it's like, this is something that you are ever aware of. You just have a melancholy tendency to you. And I feel like at times it's like you almost self-sabotage these connections that you have. And with this Capricorn person or person that has some placement that is important in Capricorn, I almost feel like at times it's like you worry that you don't deserve this, but you do. Okay, you absolutely do. I feel like it's just, there's always this feeling of when is the end going to come here? Because I know it will, right? And you get into these modes of thinking where it's like looking for reasons for why things might be bad. And I think that kind of brings in this energy where you pull away. You might be suspicious. You might be even kind of paranoid at times. And then I think it gets you into a mood, like a place where you're in this mood and it's hard to connect with your person. But I feel like in this period of time, there's a sense of retreating away from most things so that you can be together in this, your little homestead, your fortress, your temple. And I feel like there is this turning towards one another. And doing the work, whatever this magical work is. And, you know, at its core, it is love. It is creating. And I can see you trying to stay in that. Trying to figure out, how does this work best for us? What is the configuration right now that is going to best promote this kind of loving energy that you really want and need? So I see a person over here, and it almost looks like they're kind of holding a basket. And I can kind of imagine kind of like going for a walk, maybe picking flowers. Maybe you like to forage. We have 1111 as well. So I do feel like there is something coming here. like a gift from the universe, definitely, but something coming where it's like you happen upon something, an opportunity. It almost feels like it comes from nowhere. And it is kind of this real hunter-gatherer mode. I have to try to stop saying I know people have been complaining about me saying it, but I don't know what to do. It's just, I just do it. And when I think about it, I do it more. There we go. I was about to do it again. So I'm trying to limit it. I know it's constant. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not formally trained in anything. I'm just some lady that has some cameras and I'm doing tea leaf readings for you. So I'm trying my best. What I'm trying to say here is I'm trying my dang best. And you know what? I'm not that good at anything. I'm okay at a lot of different things. So cut me some slack. And I know it's not a Pisces person that would say that to me anyways. I can't imagine a Pisces person being so critical. But, you know, it's all good. It's the internet. People feel that they can say and do whatever they want on the internet. And you know what? I support it. Go ahead. You have to live with yourself, not me. All right. So, yes, I got this energy of the hunter-gatherer. Yeah, and I think on your journeys there's something, it feels like something coming up. A real opportunity for you to kind of get into a place where you're doing something you really care about. And I don't know if it's within your work life. It could be because we have a discs card. But I feel like it could also be something of interest to you. Maybe finding like, where I live, they have these, what would we, like a collective? They have these spaces. Now it's not right where I live because I'm rural. But when you go into town, right, there are these spaces that they have for people to come in, do their artworks and have little studios, and they get to do kind of, what is the word? They do little demos of how their medium works, and they maybe teach kids or whatever. And I forget what they call it. It's like it's not an artist co-op, but it's something like that. And I could imagine you finding something, maybe not exactly that, but coming into contact with somebody who is interested in, you know, whatever, helping lead you to a place where you are fully immersed in your creativity, maybe an opportunity to do some crafting. The thing that's really coming up that I've always been so interested in. Now, I live rural, and I have for some years now. There's the again. And out here in the Midwest, during the summer is like county fair season, and also each town has whatever the town's kind of, you know, I don't know, mascot or whatever it is. They have, you know, like I'm trying to think of like catfish days, you know, maybe there's a lot of catfish in the lake or something, or in the river. And so they have catfish days, and then they have like street fairs and, you know, things like this. Well, during these, there are things where you can submit like your best apple pie or your biggest pumpkin, or, you know, your thing that you crocheted. And it might seem silly, especially if you're from the city, because I lived in the city most of my life. And I always, you know, knew about these kinds of things. But when I have become so immersed in rural living, I'm excited to see all of the arts and crafts that people do, the things that they build, especially the kids. The kids do amazing things, and people who are you know, older, because they have a lot of like different things that they do that a lot of people don't make anymore. One I saw last year was doilies. I guess they sewing lace. Is it sewing? I don't know. But making these beautiful doily type things, and it's masterful. So anyways, let me stop going on. It's like a commercial for middle America. But, you know, finding something, an outlet, a stage, a place to kind of put your energies, put your creativity, and share it with the world. And it might seem like that's really not that interesting, Lenor, but it is. I mean, it really is. You have to humble yourself a little bit. These things are really cool, though. I love seeing it. I love seeing how proud people are of their creations. And yeah. So anyways, let's go ahead and look at the Wild Bohemian affirmation cards. These are the fire element. And I'm going to go ahead and we'll flip through, stop where it feels right. Okay. And it says, I am seer. Contemplate all of your gifts and siddhis. You are more than you know. You are more than you know. All right. All right. Pisces, I love you. And I think you know it. I hope you do. And I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It's always such a pleasure, such an honor to be able to spend this time with you. Now, if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I absolutely love hearing from you all. I try to get to as many of the comments as I can. I know there are just so many of them because you guys are wonderful, and I do read them. I want you to know I do read them all. Also, I just wanted to mention, hopefully, you know, if you're at this point in the reading, I thank you. It's way at the end. But yeah, there have been some more bots and scammy, you know, clone channels. So please be careful. I saw one today where it was like saying, get a hold of Max, I think. And it was commenting that on people's, you know, their comments. So I don't know what that means. I have no idea. I don't know anybody named Max, but it is some kind of scam thing. So be careful, be vigilant. If you have any questions about, hey, is this your comment? It looks weird. They have like a weird WhatsApp number on it. You don't know for sure if it's me or somebody else. You can always comment and ask me. Make sure you do an original comment, not on a thread, like you're replying to other comments. Or you can email me. Okay, it's ulaishere@gmail.com. You can see it in the description of any of the videos. And just to check in and make sure that, you know, I know some of you not sure, better to be safe than sorry. Also, my husband has these things all the time. He has a big channel, so, or a bigger channel, a small, big channel. And so he gets them a lot too over at Dove and Serpent Tarot. So if you see him over there, or you see him over here, let us know. You know, we will guide you towards, you know, what is real, what is not. And so anyways, I love you, Pisces. Take care of yourself. We're going to talk in just a few days. Good night.